terrible. How's everyone doing today? I need to get this to the right thing. Stream old, and I should probably start up my multi-chat. I hear as a streamer that is a useful tool to have on, is the ability to monitor your chat. Okay, that's loading up. Yeah, it's just a bit of an impromptu stream. I totally did not just wake up. I was not up late at all, working on videos. Definitely not. Jay, how's it going? I need to get my... Hold on, give me a moment. I honestly, I should have waited like a minute or two to hit the start button just to get everything loaded up, but we are going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. I honestly, legitimately did not... I don't even have the cryptic stream up, but I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. Toxin, Jonathan, Capro, Mark Chief, Toxin. Oh, I'm saying names twice. Friend, Ed, Cheops. I'm glad your sleep schedule's back on track. I know. Jammers, thank you for the 5 super chat. No. Chris, Neo, Mystic, Mars. Barky, thank you for the resub. 18 months in a row. Greatly appreciate it. So we're going to see, too, how this microphone does on stream today. I've already got a shock mount incoming from B&H, but it's not going to be here till tomorrow. So hopefully the vibrations on the desk don't cause too many issues. Okay, so yeah, let's go over what is going on with Star Trek Online today. Have I been watching the trade channel? I haven't even been in the game yet. Inception? Do you like the Inception? I don't think many people liked the video I dropped this morning, which I mean, it's to be expected. The sponsored videos are they're hit or miss. Mario hates Luigi. How's it going? You posted how it started in Elite. Okay, let me take a look at Elitist. Oh yeah, so there's someone that's like actively a gold seller that's been popping off and going through with a bunch of different accounts. We've reported how many of them, right? So they are being dealt with. The devs are aware of it. Like they're dealing with it. But yeah, it looks like the guy is still going with a bunch of other accounts. Okay, so what is going on with Star Trek Online today? Let me get the website open. On the PC side, we have a patch that dropped today. There's also a couple events starting up, including a red alert. Over on console here, there is, let's see. Okay, so I mean, obviously the big thing is the update dropped today. The Cavort, the new season, all of that is now over on console, and the deep space encounters, guys, are like the fastest way to get the stuff done, but they do take a little bit of time to go travel around. Aside from that, you can always just do like a Defense of Starbase 1 once a day. Gotcha, Muak. Croc Fox, how's it going? I should have my full set of tools up there. Okay. Yeah, I did see that there was like some hiring and stuff going on recently, so I was wondering what was going on there. No, I like the microphone arms. Like that's clearly not the one that I regularly use. I use one that extends like really high that I can move around quite easily, but those low profile arms, I mean, that's what this prompter's on right now. And with that, I'm able to go in, move it around, do what I need to do. Dan, thank you for the bits. Okay, so yeah, but getting back to this, we have a red alert on PC that is starting today. We've got the undiscovered update that just dropped on console, bringing with it the cavort, the new story mission, um, all the new stuff there. The Gorn bundle. On PC, we have an Admiralty bonus week. Console has a 35% legendary bundle sale. Um, and 3 of the recent giveaway items return. What's this? I don't know what's happened there. I woke up like 20 minutes ago. You've got me concerned. I don't see anything. What happened? I pulled like 3.2 with the Cavort CSV Plasma Isocon earlier. Yeah, it's a very good ship. Okay, so they're returning the ship slot, the upgrade, and the T6 ship upgrade and the Ultimate Tech upgrade back. Oh, gotcha. I haven't kept up with that news recently, so I wasn't aware of that. That is unfortunate to hear. Oof. Yeah, that's a rough one. Hold on a second. I'm realizing I need to let people know that I am doing a live. Gotcha. Okay. Next up, there's a 75% sale over on console for all of the basically everything in the Mud store aside from the bundles. I should have a light on. Did you guys know that having a light on helps with the quality of the setup? There we go. More lighting. Yeah, I hadn't seen that, but gotcha. Yeah, much better. Okay, so yeah, 75% mud sale over on console up until August 1st. I'll probably do a news video recapping all this later today. Star Trek. Pundis, how's it going? Then there's the undiscovered announcement dropped, but also the patch notes. The patch notes for console are just going to be rehashing all of the stuff going live there today. I'll recap that in the news video later, but for PC, they fixed an issue that could prevent progression in the mission Mine Enemy after defeating Janek, allowing the mission to continue correctly regardless of the player's choice. Rob, how's it going? Keep the light off to hide the storage hoard. Dude, my room, I'm gonna like tear everything out of my room here when I have time in the next couple of weeks, and I basically want to move everything around in here. But yeah, okay, getting back to this. The space tower tray fire all weapons button tray setting is restored for PC. It is now labeled a fire all icon instead of F. The micro missile arrays no longer trigger the shared torpedo cooldown when firing, but still benefit and trigger effects if the weapon is a torpedo. So that's a huge deal right there. That means the micro missiles, like those are gonna fire off every 2 seconds effectively on a torp build, and every time that they go off, they're triggering all of your torpedo stuff. So that is, like your ceaseless momentum, your supercharged weapons, your torpedo cooldown doffs, your torpedo crit doffs, and they're doing that without impacting the shared torpedo cooldown that your other torpedoes have. So these are now in a position where they're going to be able to work as the utility, the tool that the developers intended them to be. Although apparently on console the micro missiles cannot be launched at all. Oof. Yeah. Nick is gonna be happy. I already had some messages from him, so when I think Nick is gonna stream later. That's my expectation. Is he's gonna stream later today and probably look at this stuff on his torp build. Then the forced chamber explosion from the modified phaser pistol. This is the new Lobi pistol. That is from the Cage, the pilot episode of TOS. It will now allow up to 33% movement speed during its 3-second charge up time. So one of the issues with this weapon before was that when you were doing the force chamber explosion, it was locking you in place. Now, with this change today, you're able to actually move around, and you can better position to make sure you're getting enemies within the radius of the explosion it does. So that's a really good change. Muak, speaking of legendary ships, I saw something about a legendary bundle leaking. Blink twice if that's true. I am not aware of a legendary bundle. We've had confirmation though that there was going to be another bundle later this year, and it wouldn't surprise me for it to be legendary. If you look back to last year, we had the bundle with the Nagvar, the Nebula, and the Delan. I think that there's a few ships that they could play around with there. Yeah, that is unfortunate though, Chiaps. That's something I imagine the devs will get fixed, but console players are always getting screwed over a little bit. Kelvin Timeline Bundle. They fixed an issue preventing the Kelvin Timeline Constitution and variants from using certain materials. Okay, so there's some stuff here with like whole materials being fixed for the Parliament Armstrong. They fixed some gaps in the geometry of the Mayflower nacelles and improved its visuals when attached to the Parliament pylon. So Pundus was just in chat there a moment ago. I imagine that's some Pundus work right there. We appreciate it, Pundus. Fixed an issue with the Salcombe and its visual variants having some weapons fire from the center of the ship. Fixed an issue causing extraneous decals to appear with customizing the visuals of the Parliament and Armstrong. And fixed an issue which caused one of the registry markings on the Salcombe to be invisible on the exterior of the ship. Yeah. Most of these were your mistake. It's your penance. No. We appreciate the work you do there. Z. Oh. Scuba, how's it going? Now, before I hop into STO, I have a special thing to do. Just before this stream started, I got a package right outside the door, and I want to open it. Why is it a big day for STO? The Undiscovered update just dropped on console. Yeah, so console just got the new season, and on PC, we've got fixes here for the micro missile rays. Some of the new Lobi items just got fixes basically. Hold on. I spent $10, chat. $10 for a Woot box of crap. We need to see how much crap is in this. Woot is a part of Amazon that basically just goes through and sells things that they can't really sell. Nice, Willow.
I got the name tag and I caught some thinner bone.
Terrible. Okay. Yeah, real life lockbox opening here. She wanted to run in and tell me she's been hooked on Minecraft, the niece, so she wanted to run in and tell me about her new dog in there. Okay. So let's see here. This is literally just going to be random stuff. Okay, stickers. The kids will like that. This was $10. Super wash polishing cloth. Okay, very interesting for the STO audience. A collapsible kitchen strainer. I'm getting my money's worth right here. Some clothes that most certainly will not fit me. Apparently some wall art. Okay. A big thermometer. We're getting all the money's worth right now. Let's see if we got some of those. And then a tote bag. You need a wall art reveal? Okay. Yeah, so it wasn't the most impressive box there for $10. I've seen some of these before where they have electronics in them. Now those are the exciting ones. It's generally always worth like the $10 if you're able to get one, but they are not the easiest to get. Oh, it's a soil pH meter. Well, then it's even more useless. Okay. Let's see the description: flower market, wall art prints, vintage flowers. So it's literally it's flowers. It's literally that's all it is. I'm not gonna open it further. That a little bit disappointing. Yes, Willow, you can.
Thanks. Can you take me there?
Yeah.
Thanks. Are you gonna stay with me?
Well, I'll stay on the map, but I'm gonna be doing this live stream for right now. Okay.
Why?
Hold on a second, chat. Okay. One moment. I just have to basically help her get back to the correct world in Minecraft, so that will just be a quick moment while I fall off the edge of the end map here. Okay, let's get back to the STO overlay though. Stream old. Yeah, we're prepared today. Technical difficulties. Well, we've been she's like really been interested in Minecraft, so that has been very fun for her. She just needs me to teleport her back to an area, so I'm gonna do that really quick on the server. Teleport. There we go. Done. How old is Willow? She is 5. She's now 5. She's starting school here in like 3 to 4 weeks. Time flies. Yeah. Okay. Let's get STO started up here. So, oh, it was already started. But yeah, the big thing today again is the lobby stuff got some adjustments. It looks like the trait, the console, the set. I didn't see anything in the patch notes about them, but something else that did happen today is the featured quadrants. Those are back apparently. At least that's what I was hearing. Is that not actually the case? No, it is. It is. Delta's the featured one right now. Nice. Nice. Mayo, how's it going? What's her ISE score? Terrible. Yeah, Minecraft is a solid choice. She could be into Roblox. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Roblox and everything going on around them, like that's no. The one good thing is though so far is that I've gotten her a bit more used to using a mouse and keyboard instead of using a controller. So that right there, that's good. I've got another computer basically ready to go for her to use, so using some older parts. So at some point when we've got like a desk and a space sorted out for her, she'll be using like it's an old AM4 system in a Corsair 4000D. So it's got a Ryzen 5500. No, not a 55. It's a no, it is a 55. Okay, so a Ryzen 5500, and then RX 580 is what's in there right now, and like 16 gigs of DDR4. So pretty basic, but you know, for her, she'll be playing games at like 1080p with the extra monitor I've got. So yeah, Roblox in general, like there's just too many issues with that. That ain't gonna happen. I will say too, I'll make this announcement here. I am currently reaching out to some companies to see if there's interest in helping me with an upcoming project, which will be setting up a proper dedicated high-end like AMD system that I'll be using for dedicated Linux content. I had plans to use like this little mini PC initially, but this will have better uses elsewhere in my setup. What I'm going to do is my secondary machine, I'm basically going to transfer that to a different case. The case is pending. I've reached out to some companies to see if they're interested in sending one over. But basically I'm going to do a build stream probably late August, early September, with some content around that time frame of me, setting STO up on Linux, some build related videos also to fulfill the needs of the companies I'd be working with there for that. But that is something I'm looking into. I saw on a console stream this morning that you get 4,000. Yeah, that's a nice Muak. I think my only concern with the new Deep Space Encounters right now is I think that the rewards that were being talked about for doing them on Advanced and Elite, I don't think it's going to be worth doing it on anything higher than normal. Bug Tau, yeah. Oh, the micro missiles are apparently just not firing on console.
This is Rear Admiral Felicia Harrington.
But yeah, with what they were talking about, it was basically like a 10 to 20% increase for doing the DSCs on higher difficulty, and I think that just won't be enough. Like, it takes a lot more time to do these things on Elite. Advanced, yeah, Advanced doesn't take much more time than normal for an established player, but Elite does still take more time. And I feel like if the increase is only 20%, that's not going to be enough to warrant me, going and doing the higher difficulty versus just doing it on a lower difficulty and doing it faster. Yeah, waves is what I prefer to do. To be honest, almost every DSC that I do for my daily is waves. And look at that, we're seeing the bonus there from the featured quadrant. Almost 500 Endeavor XP off that one. You're already hitting the daily cap. I did see on Reddit, so DSCs, especially the fact that you can go in and do the little mini mission on every character on your account each day. Mine's on cooldown for another 8 hours, but yeah, you can obtain a large amount of Endeavor perk points very quickly if you have a lot of developed characters on your account. There's already someone on Reddit that reached Endeavor ranking 1,250. I talked about that on stream about 2 weeks ago, I think. About how if I wanted, with this, if I wanted to like go in, do all 60 characters on my account, I could basically just grind that out for like 3 weeks, and then I would have my Endeavors done. I'm not going to do that, though. I don't have enough time for that, and that would burn me out quite a bit. Mark the Chief? Indeed. Stuka, how's it going? If we have a Klingon recruit, is the bonus applied to all characters on the account? Yes. I think the Endeavor XP bonus, I want to say that one's just like a passive unlock for your account. A DSC grind stream when? I did the rapper mission on 2 characters to see how mind-numbing it was, and it took the paramedics 10 minutes to resuscitate me. Oh no. Cheops. Okay, where's the next wave one? Oh, really close. You need to unlock, yeah, just unlock the Endeavor XP boost on the KDF recruit first, though, and yeah, then it should be there. The Cheops issue is the fact that he's too old. Terrible. I was trying to record my, like, an introduction for the Builds channel this morning. I was too tired to get it done. But,
This is Rear Admiral.
I was like, I should probably do, like, a bit introducing myself, and I'm realizing as I'm, like, recording it that, telling people
Unidentified weapon systems are powering up in your
that
area.
I
It's an
got into
ambush.
Star Trek watching Enterprise and TNG on the Sci-Fi Channel as I was growing
Heads
up
up.
in the early
Hostile units are
2000s is going
closing
to
in
make
on
some
your
people
location.
feel old. The hexes still have higher potential. You can boost up the new experimental weapon
Threats
quite a
in the
bit, but
system
at the
have
end of the
been
day,
cleared.
it just
You may begin
the
ship repairs.
hexes are just they're really good. Spike TNG. Oh, I forgot about Spike. I remember there too. There was like man, back in those days, like before the
Scans
internet,
are clear.
really
The
took off.
system has been
Like I
secured for
remember,
now.
yeah, Spike had some different shows. Yeah, there was a bunch. Like, so what was it? There's 7 days on there. I'm trying to remember what else. That was back when like G4 TV was a thing also. I'm gonna do these on a different character so I can get the daily wrapper done. Let's go to my engineer. Yeah, the gold sellers have been hitting a bunch of channels, and I guess people like in the trading channels know who this specific gold seller is. Apparently their main account got banned or something, and like they're going in changing names on the characters on their account to like try and annoy people. Okay, let's get over to let's get up to space here. The first time I watched Voyager was on YouTube. It was like this was back when you couldn't have YouTube videos longer than like 8 or 10 minutes, and people would upload the episodes in parts. Like that is rough, but that is how I first watched Voyager back in the day. Okay, let's pick up the daily wrapper. So a big thing here for console players, there is a daily wrapper mission if you're on a Fed character. It's from Rear Admiral Felicia Harrington, and if you're on a KDF, it is Brigadier General Inteza here in the available tab of your journal. And this will give you a nice chunk of Endeavor XP for going through and doing the DSCs on a couple, or just a couple different DSCs here. And the wave ones, if you can get the wave ones, those are by far the best to do for time efficiency. Delta is the current one, so we're going to just go over there, Delta Quadrant. Be sure to mute the voice audio if you're grinding these. They talk a lot, yeah. I've got, with my audio interface, I just have a button there. Like I have the soundtrack for the game going to its like own audio track, and I most often just have it muted. You've never heard the term rapper mission before? Terrible. Not a bunch of options here. I don't want to do those. Give me, is there another instance? There we go. Yeah, give me that waves one up there. Yeah, the different areas give you different enemies, yeah. Yeah, also having a ship that that can move around sector space fast is really good for this. A lot of anime uploaded into 3 parts on YouTube back in the day. I never really got into into anime. Like I've seen references to some shows like here or there, but I just never that was never something I personally really got that far into. For me growing up, it was a lot of sci-fi shows. Stargate was a big one. You know, the Sci-Fi Channel in the early 2000s, Eureka, Warehouse 13. Like those were some really good shows. Those are certainly a bit more niche, but I really enjoyed those shows growing up.
Take out these intruders and prepare to defend the facility.
Evangelion is the only anime. Like I think
Our enemy has called
I was
for
curious what that
reinforcements.
was, so I think I watched like a video just to understand like the plot of it. I probably have like all of it on my NAS too, and that's all legally
The
obtained.
refinery is secure.
No, Babylon 5. I did
ready
watch
to
Babylon
receive
5.
supplies.
Like, I will say I don't remember it as much as the other shows. Like Stargate, you know, by far was like my favorite. I'm sorry. Sorry to all the Trek people
Scans
here.
are clear.
If there was a Stargate game that was at the caliber of STO, I'd probably be playing that a bit. Stargate's great. It really pisses me off what they did to the new show there. Buck Rogers. Yeah, Eureka, Warehouse 13, they were great. Those are like a bit more niche, you know, but those were legitimately just great shows. Did I see the new Axonar? No. I've got Dark Idea. I've got you know, I've got loads and loads of storage. I'm trying to remember how much storage I actually have. Like I spent a ton, especially right at the end of 2025 there, right when we saw that the market was about to go crazy. Like I've got lots of storage. Yes, Nick, the missiles, the change is live. I did not watch Stargate Origins.
This is Brigadier General Antessa of the Klingon Defense Forces Deep Space.
I have
Get
not
in
seen those,
position.
Dan. No.
Stay alert. Hostile reinforcements are incoming.
The defend missions, there are some variants that can take a little bit longer, but like this one doesn't take too long.
Another wave of enemy vessels
The
are
Expanse, of
warping in.
course, but that's a bit more of a recent show. I guess on the topic of recent shows, if you guys haven't seen it yet, Silo.
Heads up. Another
Like,
allied squadron is incoming.
I'm not really much of an Apple person, but I've been pretty impressed with like
Subspace
the
sensors
quality of what
indicate a
Apple has
final
been
group
putting
of
out
enemy vessels are heading for
content-wise.
your position.
Like Foundation, I know has been pretty good. I haven't watched past the second season. I need to, but that was pretty good. Invasion was a bit of a mixed bag. The
Your victory in battle.
Apple TV.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Silo's really good
Scans
though.
are clear.
I've liked that. Invasion was like a bit of a hate watch at points because it's like this is frustrating how long it's being dragged on, but you just want to you're glued to it because you want to see how it resolves. But it was definitely a bit frustrating at points. I have not watched Severance yet. Dark Matter. I'll have to check that out. Oh, Chiaps, you gotta watch From. Dude, From was good. I basically, you know, we talked about From, and then I watched, like, I binge watched everything, all of the first 3 seasons in just a couple of days. I put it on 2 times speed, and I remember you were saying that there's something wrong with me. But I watched all of From at 2 times speed, and that show's been just amazing. Oh, did you end up watching it that way as well? Oh, I'm going to this defense down here. The defense is faster than the support. You watched at normal speed like a human? I'll have to check out Dark Matter. Yeah, Invasion, like the graphics, the visuals are cool, but it's just like the story just drags on. Another show, this isn't on Apple, but another one I've liked recently is Paradise. Yeah, For All Mankind, yes. I haven't watched Star City yet though, but For All Mankind is another good Apple one. I like the, you know, some of the thoughts people had of that being like a prelude to Trek. Lux, thank you for the follow. Waves is the MVP of the DSEs, yeah. Pluribus season 2, please. Yeah, I think they said it's gonna happen. It's just taking a while. Hold on, I need to see who is at my door.
Enemy attack group on its way to your position.
But yeah, another good show that's been on TV recently was Paradise. And apparently Paradise, like, it's going to wrap up with the 3rd season, so they're doing it with, like, that was the plan from the beginning. So it's like, it's going to be the complete story, but yeah, Paradise, that's been pretty interesting. Anyone seen The Odyssey yet? Not quite yet. What's the cap rate on the Deep Space Encounter Endeavor points? 12.5k for the DSCs themselves, but they're the daily wrapper that you can do, which I just did by doing 3 of the DSCs on my character here. That can be done on every character on your account. So if you're looking to maximize DSCs, you do 3 DSCs on one character, you know, with the wrapper mission, so you can go in, turn that in, and get the extra rewards from that. So you're seeing here, I'm getting 2,500 Endeavor XP just from turning that in. So do that, and then go to the next character and do the daily mission over there as well. The daily mission, just you claim it, you do the 3 DSCs, you turn it in, go to the next character. That the only cap for that wrapper mission is how many characters you have. But in theory, if you were to go in and do that, you know, 3 DSCs on, say, 60 characters each day, like, you'd be getting the 2,500 per character, but the XP from the DSCs directly would stop after, like, the 10th character, because it's yeah, the 12.5k cap for the DSCs themselves. You better not have reduced the engineer character to a mere Endeavor / DSC farmer. No. Never. Yeah, it would take a while. I'm not saying it wouldn't. It would take you a very long time to go through all 60 characters, but if you wanted to do it, you could. Like, I need to do the math, but I think, in theory, with this, actually, I can just pull out the calculator. Okay, so we have a total of 1,250 Endeavor ranks, and if you did that, you could earn about 8 Endeavor perk points a day. So, I mean, in theory, not that anyone's really going to do this, but in theory, you could get your entire like Endeavor system done from 0 to 1,250 within 5 to 6 months. $12 a day? Yeah, it's just a mission that you can pick up. So let me go to another character here. Yeah, let's go to SOB. Deleting tunes. Oof. Can you have the Klein looks with the Romulan character? The Klein version of the I'm trying to think of the name here. Mods, ships, temporal. You're talking about like the temporal destroyer? Yeah, I mean, if you have that specific version of the temporal destroyer, then yeah, you should be able to use the Klein. Okay. What is the best Shemidar ships after the legendary one? Oh man, that's gonna be one of the lockbox ones, probably. I'm just trying to think. Like, I'm still a fan of the Jem'Hadar Dread Carrier. I mean, that's a bit older, though. I mean, the Jem'Hadar warship that's right in the Zen store, I mean, that's not a bad ship. It's a little bit dated by, like, modern standards, but, I mean, that's... You could still do well with that. Can I... or no, I already covered that. There's a question here about a parse. What is the console doing to lithium lace weapon damage on parses? Yeah, that is the console off of the Credence. Do I have that here? I think I have a Credence on this character. I have a Credence on most of my main characters at this point. Yeah, right here. Oh, duh. Yeah, it's the lithium transporter console off of the Credence Miracle Worker Dreadnought Cruiser. That is a lockbox ship, and it's going to be one of the more popular picks from the event campaign this year. There was an ad on Twitch. Terrible. The 6 months in hell, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Do I think that they will make the legendary Jem'Hadar battleship from DS9? I would like to see that. Temporal, yeah, the temporal warship's not bad either. Terran Sovereign. Well, we need the Terran California. The issue with like the original California and like the original lower deck ships is they gave them all like dual Miracle Worker, and it was just really underwhelming for them. You know, it's not that you can't make them work, it's just that at that price tag you would hope for a bit more. Need a Terran NX. I think we already have that that skin in here. Yeah, Credence. Yeah, and it is also on the exchange, of course. Let me see what they're at right now. Credence 1.274 mil. Or bill, sorry. Noble has satisfied your Savi requirement. I just want to see that 3-3 Narada torp boat. Oh no. Brad, those are names. The California was the best ship ever released and everyone loved it. I wonder how they are going to scale down the Narada because it's supposed to be 3 times longer than a Borg cube. We should have gotten a 3-pack for the Cali class in the C store, 1 each tack inch psi. I mean, that's a neat idea, but that's a lot of risk with that. because you're entirely hoping people are, you know, interested in the California design. Singo, how's it going? Okay, I want to try the Lobby weapon, the ground one here, quick, just to demo that. That got changed with the patch today, so you can now move with it. Turn and X is not in the game. Okay, I thought there was a skin for it. They need to add more fleet content. Yeah. Oh, I was recording my worth it video for the new bundle. That's why I'm on the Odyssey. I was showcasing how it removes the engine effects on most ships. It doesn't do it for every single ship. For instance, if I go to my Delkina, there's still a couple lines, but the Kelvin Radiance does have that extra perk of removing the engine trail on your ship natively in the game. I mean, that's always been possible with a mod, but mods are not officially supported, and that's also not available to console. There is a skin, but not its own ship. Gotcha. Do I think if they just made weird Fed variants of alien ships, they'd sell better? I don't know. Like, I think that there's certainly a bit of an issue we're getting to where people just have so many ships, but they like the conversations I've seen from people is that they've got loads and loads of ships to choose from, but they feel that they don't have enough, you know, new content to use them in. That's something I've heard from some people recently regarding you know, why they weren't interested in certain new ships. If I don't have access to spiral wave disruptors yet, would coalition disruptors be a close power option? Having a set of coalition disruptors on your account, those are fine. I would say, like, if that's what you want to do, you could have one of those so that you can transfer them between characters. But if you want to have the best option, you know, just getting a Cardassian ship on your roster, and it doesn't even have to be a Galore. Like, it can be any of the Cardassian ships in the Zen store. You know, just getting any of those Cardassian ships on your ship roster will give you the ability to buy the spiral wave disruptors. And, like, if you're going to spend to do a bunch of upgrades, I'd rather, you know, spend to get the best. Anyone see the gold seller lose their marbles after Cryptic shut their main account down? Yeah, I didn't see all of it, Singo, but like, I saw some of it the other day, reported it, and I know people in the trading channel were able to quickly identify who that person's main account was. I'll be honest, I think that there's probably a few other big traders that I've always been a little bit suspicious about, but it doesn't surprise me that someone that was involved in the trade channels ended up being a big gold seller with like 1,000 accounts. Yeah. A mad gold seller. Yeah, and I mean, if the guy does have 1,000 accounts, like, that's, you know, what I've talked about with like these big operations before. Like, I still think that there's Admiralty bot farms out there, but that's really hard for me to prove, right? But like, you got to think, if there is people out there with like 1,000 accounts, and then, you know, they've been hitting the Dilex, like, that is something that could pretty negatively impact the market there. So them getting dealt with. Hopefully Cryptic has enough now to go in and hit a bunch of their other accounts. Yeah, I left some messages too the other day. Didn't they do some work increasing the zoom out range and stuff a month or so back? I don't remember, but that would make sense. So The trail is lithium crystal powder, right? Explosive? I wish. But why would you want to get rid of the space engine chemtrails? Some people want it for the immersion. What they need is a new specialization to boost ship sales. Yeah. No, they do have interest in that. That's popped up in some recent discussions of, like they. I think that they know that they need to do something like that would shake up the build scene a little bit. You know, I think it doesn't have to happen this year, but I think it would be of great benefit to them to have a new specialization in the game at some point in 2027. Like, I think adding another layer of diversity, you know, or another layer of options to what they can do with ships would just be beneficial. It doesn't even have to be like just one, like as many as they feel they need to do. Like, I think that there's room to cover some other play styles a bit better. You know, we've talked about carriers a lot. I think the command already has a bit of a focus for a lot of people as, you know, being like one of the more ideal options for pet gameplay, but I think that there's still some ways that they could probably expand upon that. There was a gold seller bust within the past couple days, Muak. There was a guy going nuts in the trading channel, and yeah. Spencer wants all the other gold sellers taken out to pave way for the casual monopoly. Wow. Mr. Totag, thank you for the sub. Greatly appreciate it. The Prime sub as well. Thank you. Yeah, I did see. Okay, so Singo pointed out the gold seller this time around that got hit was apparently like going in and grabbing like all of the free Delta packs from the recent giveaways on like their 1,000 accounts and were dumping them on the market at really cheap prices, and then they were using that to buy up keys. So yeah, I mean the impact of that one person with 1,000 accounts, that's enormous on the market, and getting them dealt with, you know, removing them from the market from the equation here, that if Cryptic is able to go in and get all of their accounts taken care of, that'll be extremely beneficial. Yeah, the Galore just gives you the 4 spiral beams. Yeah. Steel. Be funny if they expanded Constable. Constable, I forgot to ping. Oh no. I'm sorry, Warpcore. Yeah, Constable I think would need a bit of a buff. Yeah. The issue with that, though, I think with their ship model, with their monetization approach, is the concern is if they gave you the ability to put your exact ship skin on a ship with the stats that are ideal to you, then you would lose incentive to purchase new things. I think that'd probably be, because of how their monetization model is, I imagine that's probably what they're thinking there. Mr. Totag, long-time lurker, glad to finally add you. Thanks for all the content. Appreciate it. There's more casual content incoming. What the reward tier in the galaxy map is for? That is for the featured quadrant part of the deep space encounters. So the initial promo packs were bound, but the DOF packs you got from them were not. So when you opened them, like the Delta Alliance DOF packs, the R&D packs, those were not bound. Those could be sold, traded, mailed. That would explain why Delta packs tanked and haven't quite recovered since the giveaways. Yeah, it explains why my precious Scramble fighters are not going up in value. Everyone would put a galaxy skin on the angle stats and nobody would ever buy anything again. Terrible. Rod, how's it going? Gibbs. That's true. How do you even run 1,000 accounts? How many computers? Were they doing it in series? I don't know, Warpcore. They could have been renting out some hardware at a data center for all we know. Like STO's not the most demanding game. If someone's, renting out a server for, even a couple hundred a month there, they probably get a lot done with that. Yay, tornado warning. I saw Wisconsin took some hits yesterday, so did Illinois, it looked like. 1,000 accounts selling DOF packs would have netted like 25 billion EC, right? But you're going to make me pull out the calculator. Hold on. So let's say, so that's 3,000 deltas we're talking about here. And let's say they just sold them at 5 million EC per. How much is that? I mean, so it's actually lower than you said. Still like 15 billion worth of Delta promos, and then however many ships they won. Like that's still, a huge impact. I figured it was for the featured quadrant, but is there any, it increases the rewards you get from the endeavors, or from the deep space encounters. Like, it increases the endeavor XP. Bacon, just chatting. We need a revamp in the skill tree. Having the 27 attack, 7 science, and 12 an inch for all builds is ridiculous. I mean, there's been some changes in the past year or so, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's still like tackled. I think Science Ult and Angels just need to be revamped. I don't have like a concise set of thoughts on how to change those right now. That's something I'd have to think about, but I think the ults need to be balanced out a little bit. What do you mean you don't know? Don't you also run thousands of accounts? No, Warpcore, I do not run thousands of accounts. Patron Saint slacking with the mud sale. Do I think VJAR probes are worth picking up for an easy kit module across the account? I mean, I've used the VJAR probes. $20? Man, the mud's pricing's a bit rough. $20 for a kit module. I mean, it's up to you, like, and how much you spend on the game. I would say, I guess that, like, they're decent. Like, if you don't want to have, like, they're not as good as Ball Lightning. Terrible. Sorry, you make your niece and nephew run thousands of accounts. Terrible. What's more useful, Miradorn or NP console? I'd say NP's got better uptime. Miradorn has, like, if you're doing something that's more time compressed, I would say Miradorn has the larger boost, but for an extended over time situation, the NP has the ability to be up much more often. It's always the greed that gets you caught. Almost any Ryzen APU mini PC will run still good, yeah. Spencer would never violate the terms of service on his main account. He has 9,999 other accounts to do that on. Terrible. We need to get that Yamato console unlocked. I wish. I saw someone pop Ball Lightning versus Dino for today's endeavor. Yeah. I mean, it's good. That's why people use it. With Cheops probably doing broadside, right? Because that's what Cheops has really been focusing on recently, is like the broadside gameplay. Okay, I need to get my endeavors done here, but I was gonna go to ground. That was what I was gonna do. Is I was gonna go to ground to look at the the cage pistol again with the change today. So let's go do that here quick. Go to Jupiter Station Showdown. Support your freedom. Let a local crackhead know how much those HDDs are worth in data centers. Terrible. I just saw that field trim. Oh no. Truly terrible. Now we wait. By the way, for console players, the mini bundle is also live today with the Gorn bridge officers in it. These guys are really good at melee. They'll take some dread off you on ground. Like they're fun. It's up to you if it's worth the $14. They're not. I wouldn't say necessarily like meta if that's what you're concerned about, but they're fun. Okay. So I'm using the pistol that we got with the most recent Lobby update. Now, the thing with this is that its tertiary mode is that it can do like a little self-destruct, and you can now move with it, meaning that you can make sure that the enemies stay in range. And there we go. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's got potential to be a fun ground weapon if you're looking for something with like that TOS vibe. You know, I don't really do much ground to say, you know, that this, you know, how this compares against some of the other pistols in the game, but I know Amaro was saying this is one of the better pistol types for ground. So if you've been, you know, wanting a nice immersive ground weapon to use, then that may be of interest to you. Detonating the pistol while holding it sounds kind of sus, yes. Do I know if they're going to revamp the skill tree? I don't believe that's anywhere on the schedule. I think that there's certainly player interest in them, you know, maybe redoing like the ultimates or looking at those, but I don't foresee a skill tree revamp, you know, happening anytime soon. You can use a superior skill cover shield to charge the pistol while keeping the enemies focused on shooting the shield. It's a fun ground weapon. Me, how's it going? I have to search, but maybe you know what would be considered the best melee weapon, and does the Thompson benefit from melee boost since it does physical damage? I don't know. Melee weapons are not something I've ever really bothered with. On my Gorns here, I just gave them the Herald Defiler Mace we got from one of the recent events. Yeah, I mean, a new bridge officer specialization, yeah, I think is by far what we need the most. Yeah. Okay, let's see. The Gorn are going to go and do their thing. Also, like, the Gorn are just, they're massive, and just watching them go at it against the Borg here, it's pretty fun. Okay. I need to free them so that they can move on their own. Am I not hitting the right button? Okay, let's get them over here.
Heads up, incoming hostiles.
And they will throw rocks every now and then.
Just partial transporter access, site to site only.
Yeah, new specialization, it just feels like that's another way too to boost up you know, the interest in newer ships, is give them new abilities that ships before didn't have access to. So you can go do your own thing. Up, one of them fell. But yeah, the Gorn Bridgesters are fun. Pro tip, if you drag the all target button from the buff status menu to the tray bar. Oh, did not know that. Why, thank you. I don't do much ground. So yeah, I'm still learning things. We can see the Gorn just chasing that that heavy drone, and yeah, I got it. Throwing rocks in a spaceship is epic. I just, you know, ground's never really been much of a focus for me. It's, you know, with ground, what I do on ground is the exchange. I stand on that exchange console. I open some lockboxes. That is my ground gameplay. Up, they're starting to die. Okay, let's get another self-destruct going here. I should have buffed up with ambushing this stuff first, but there we go. Beautiful. You like the Voth battle zone? I think I've enjoyed the battle zones in the past. I think it's just a matter of them not having, you know, much difficulty anymore. They were never that difficult because they, you know, that they were always targeting like a very low difficulty so that they were accessible to everyone, but just not having something a bit harder just eventually, you know, lost interest there. You need to heal the Gorns every now and then, but they are really tough, yeah. They're fun. They're fun. The you go to the exchange console, type /render scale 0.1 and enjoy highly performative exchange PvP. Oh, I gotta do Dabo. I know Nick was awake. He typed missiles in chat and was really excited. Nick is currently in a voice channel with Mara, I'm guessing, looking at the torpedoes. Yeah, I realize I forgot to do the ping. I do apologize for that. You know, every now and then I mess up. I forgot to do this at live. Sorry for late ping. There you go. You happy? You happy, Warp Core? And look at that. Look at the Gorn just taking up all that real estate there, covering the Riemann. Why is my character so short here? Okay, I was gonna go to a character on DS9. I think what I recall Nick and Mara were looking at was basically like a torp build that basically only uses maelstroms. I think that's like the vibe of what I got from listening to them the other day. I like how I just ran away from the Dabo table. Because I'm so used to running to the exchange, I literally just ran away from the damn Dabo table I needed to be at. Oh boy.
Spin the wheel and win.
0920, and let's bet 10,000 GPL. There we go. We did it. Let me see here. Did anything else sell? Oh, yes. I sold one ship at 600 million because I wanted to have some EC to play around with. Let's see, what sort of market play can I get today? Let's go over to the one and only Carl Sagan. The STO wiki has like a list of the combinations that are ideal. Like every ideal combo for the Dabo wheel is something that was figured out before I even started playing. Like that stuff's been sorted out for a very long time, but the STO wiki has all of it detailed. Yeah, that's a pain point that's been brought up to them. About how it would be nice if we could level up our ships, like just once we level them up on one character, have a way to just like maybe pay some dilithium to insta level them on another character. For me, that tends to be one of the biggest deterrences to working on some other characters, because it's like I've got to go level up, a bunch of different ships, build them out, get the tray set up and all that, and it's annoying. Delta Alliance DOF packs are still low, and that's apparently now, as we know, because of that manipulation that was going on. Scramble Fighters 366, that's starting to climb back up. Delta, not why did I do that? Attack pattern. I like how I just messed it up. What is it? It's Delta Prime. Okay, that's still pretty low. Let's see, fleet support. When I type, is my keyboard going through the microphone to you guys really loudly? Because I'm hearing it on my on the monitor. Like when I'm typing a lot, are you actually like hearing that? Let's fix that. It's not loud. Like, is it annoying you guys, or is it bearable? Because I can fix that really quick here. Doesn't matter? Okay. I'll fix it. The issue is I don't have I have a shock mount coming for my new microphone, but it's not here till tomorrow. Just got to get this adapter out. It's not obnoxious. Very little. Okay. Then I'll chill with this for the moment. Otherwise, I was gonna say I could slap this back on, but if this isn't an issue, then nice. What do I think is the possibility that they might bring account transfer into the game? I would like to have account transfer. I do think it would be. I think it would hurt the high-end part of consoles. But I think for more casual players, I do think that there's actually some PC players that probably wouldn't mind going over to console, just because they want that more casual experience. Though I think the UI would probably upset them a little bit. I think though for high-end players, like anyone that wants to get involved in PvP or the DPS stuff, you would basically see those scenes like completely evaporate over on console, and they already pretty much are done. But they're already pretty much done. There's a lot of the high-end players that already made the shift to PC years ago. But I think you would just further see anyone interested in any of the higher level endgame stuff move to PC, and the console side just become much more casual. Xbox PvP has a bigger community than PC right now. That's surprising to hear. I guess then Because I know like Achilles is someone I know from the, I'm pretty sure the Xbox side that went over to PC and was doing PvP, but I guess you guys probably don't have to deal with as much of the BS over there. So I guess because there's a bottleneck with the UI, that I'm guessing that still has a perk for PvP. Um, rapid fire all the torps. I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I'll try a torp boat out here in a moment. This guy's always attacking the console version. I've got a PlayStation right next to me. Do I have a spreadsheet that bridge officer? I don't have like a spreadsheet for that, but I mean Fleffel's spreadsheet if you're looking for certain ship combos on ships. Yeah. I got out of PvP a long time ago, and so the console meta doesn't have, you don't have all the macros, the buff bars, so that's removing one of the skill factors from the equation. Yeah, that'd be cool, Saggy. Okay, the DOF packs, there's not really deals that I'm seeing here right now. What are Borg DOFs at? Borg Survivor, what are the actual like Borg duty officers at though right now? 27, 1.24, 26, 350, 24. There's no feds up for that. That's wild. 24 is 450. 31. What? Well, there's the gambling. Look, I'm not gonna say no to some cheaper 31s there. Those are like top tier science duty officers, and I mean, I'll take that. I'll flip those later on. Oh, I forgot this character still got reps to do. Oh no. What is good about 24 again? 24 or 47 when you hit, I think it's Miracle Worker. Like when you hit Miracle Worker abilities, it's a chance to max out your power. I mean, I've been on the console version. I've seen ESD chat over there. I wouldn't say it's any better. Elite Jeffrey. You can also just turn the chat off. And on PC, you can also create and join like custom chat channels. So you can go in and you can have your chat tailored to what you want. Or, I mean, most people at this point just use Discord. Yeah, the special perk again for 2447 is that it has a chance to max out your power levels for a couple seconds. So I need to get me some Iconian marks apparently. Iconian, there we go. You love your Inferno pack, yeah. Yeah, there's no crossplay for consoles and so yeah. I covered a bit of that back when all those interviews and all that were happening. Why don't the RPers make their own private channel on DS9? I don't know. You like to watch ESD chat, makes you feel intelligent? Oh no. Okay, I want to look at the torpedo. The micro missiles were changed today so that they can now, fire on their own, independent of your other torpedoes. Like, they're not going to interfere. They're no longer factoring into the torpedo global cooldown, which means that there should be some interesting possibilities with that micro missile. So let me see here. What is something I want to slap? Do I have a recent torp build? I mean, the Terran Eagle is still going to be like the most optimal torpedo platform here. But let's see. Do I have that out right now even? I wish that there was a search bar sometimes. I don't have it out right now. The micro missile from the lobby store, yeah. Yeah, the Terran Eagle is still the top torpedo build, or top torpedo platform. The Andorian Kamari is decent, but the Eagle just has everything you really want for those setups, so it is still the top performer. Damn, where is it? I must have dry docked it. I am disappointed in myself. Most people don't have enough options to need a search. Terrible. That is... Yeah. Okay, let's see here. I guess Andorian Kamari. I think I might have put a torp build on this when I was doing the stream with it. Be disappointed in Carl Sagan again? No, terrible. Steel, they won't let you transfer to PC because I'd have to worry about you beating my DPS record. I'm fine with people beating my DPS record. I like seeing that, me pushing the numbers encourages other people to, to push that sort of stuff. I like that. I don't have a torpedo loadout on this ship. Elite Jeffrey, I've done those sorts of builds before. It's just I don't have a recent one set up. I'm guessing that on this character right now, that if I go to the Voth Rampart, that'll still have a torp build on it. Do I think that they'll ever make a map purely for DPS race chasers? I mean, we already have that with Infected. I don't know. Did Decor a missile build ages ago? Yeah, Stanky Boy. If you go to the feature, so if you open up the Galaxy map, that'll tell you which is featured. It'll have it lit up there, and it's also detailed at the top left. What is my personal favorite ship of all time in-game and out-of-game? Oof. Out of the game, I always was a fan of, like, the Sovereign and the Mogai. Were like two of the big ones, right? For me. In-game, the Delkina is like... I don't fly the Delkina enough, but the Delkina was, like, my main ship for an incredibly long time. The green orbs you're picking up are the boost for the deep space encounters. I am being flooded with DMs. Let's see what's going on. I can't really do that for Nick right this moment. A lot of the Romulan ships I like the visuals of. The Delkina, though, I still have the model for this. It's currently buried in the closet, which I can't even get to right now. But yeah, the Delkina. I like the Delkina. Hey, I mean, it's all personal preference. Like, some people really like the TOS Connie, and for me, that's not one that I ever really got into. Spencer would fly a debris field T6 if the stats surpass the Delkina or the Engel. Yeah, I mean, I've said this before. I'm, you know, like, as a meta chaser, like, if I'm gonna push the limits, then I'm gonna fly like the best ship. And the issue for the past couple of years is that the best ship's been the Mirror Engel. For like what I'm specifically doing. Too bad we didn't get to see much of the Enterprise F in Picard. Yeah. Why do I not fly the Bentham cruiser more? Terrible. Okay, so I think I actually updated this last year. Yeah, this has been updated pretty recently, but what I want to do here today is, I'm just thinking, how do I want to do this here? Do I have a torp load out? No, I don't. I'm gonna do a little bit of a meme here. I'm gonna drop the turret and one DHC up, or one dual cannon up front here. I'm gonna put the we're gonna make this a bit more Romulan. I'm gonna put the Romulan hyperplasma torpedo on, if I can find it here. Romulan. Do I not have it out on this character? Oh no, tragic. Okay, where's the micro missiles? I'm gonna slap the nice, you know, plasma torpedo you get from the Romulan reputation on this. I'm gonna see how fast I can spam out the torpedoes using the micro missile array. I never watched, I'll be honest, I've not watched every TOS episode, and I don't think I've watched any TAS. D4X is the best movie to game adaptation, in your opinion? Your favorite isn't the Merchantman or Gorn Hunter? Terrible. Yeah, there is a wrapper mission. It's, if you're on the Fed side, go to your available tab. Well, for Fed and KDF, go to the available tab in your journal. If you're on KDF, it is Brigadier General Inteza, the Deep Space Daily Routine Operation. And if you go down on the Fed side, it's going to be Rear Admiral Felicia Harrington that has it over there. What are those cannons? Those are ultimate dual cannons, ultimate plasma. No, nothing broke. I just apparently, I thought I had the Romulan hypermass torpedo launcher, I think is what it is, or I'm mixing up names. Romulan. There it is. Hyperplasma. I'm gonna see how much I can spam this torpedo out using the micro missiles. Why were the Viridians not a good choice again? As you get to really high performance levels, there's extra travel time with the Viridians we found. It's just something about the animation with them results in the weapons traveling ever so slightly slower, and we found that was negatively impacting performance. Yeah, it's literally, it's the just a slightly longer travel time, which, as you're pushing towards like bleeding edge performance, is something to worry about. Micro missile with one purple torpedo recharged off gives you constant 3 stacks on the crit severity and crit damage. Nice. What do I think of ROM plasma weapons? I don't like them. They basically, ROM plasma is giving you like the disruptor. Isn't that the one where it gives you like the disruptor proc on them? But it's like, the issue with them is that they have a proc modifier, and when you have that proc modifier, that's, you know, eating up a crit deer damage. So yeah, it's the disruptor proc that you're getting added onto them. Like, the 2.5% procs don't really do much, so doubling up on that and giving yourself 2.5% chance procs that are going to go off you know, just a handful of times in a run just isn't, it's not worth it. For sure. Now the Romulan plasma weapons here, they've got the disruptor proc on them. Yeah, Mar, I got that idea that the micro missiles were gonna be causing some chaos today. Just got a message from Nick asking for a list of all the ships with CF3 and Enhanced Battle Cloak. I don't have that list in front of me right now, but there be a few. The Advanced Romulan is good enough? Yeah. Nick is... I will be surprised if Nick doesn't do a stream later. But he might be working today, so that might interrupt things. Nice. I'm going to... I'll put CF3 on here, so I need to swap this back over to command. I do wish that when you swapped like a bridge officer onto a seat that it automatically swapped its specialization over to whatever that seat was. Like I feel like there's people out there that don't know that they can swap their specializations because it's sort of hidden behind a layer of another window. Do I use the Crusher Bridge Officer when I do a torp build? It's not good enough. The micro missiles will with the change today, they don't factor into shared torpedo cooldown, so you can spam your other torps a lot and, you know, trigger all these effects much more. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop my Borgdoffs for this test, and I'm going to put some projectile weapon officers on. And I want to see, like, if I just do a mix here of, like, a crit chance one, a crit severity, and a torpedo recharge one, like, how often are those each going off? Yeah. And I'll just name this Plasma CSV. There we go. Yeah, it's like enemies shooting at you. Field trim. I need to put a high yield on, because I want all the high yields with this. Oh, I guess I could just do the high yield one here and then do chemo 2. No, let's flip that around. Let's do the high yield. High yield 2 and then chemo 1. Correct. The micro missiles are their own thing. They're entirely their own thing. They are a torpedo that doesn't trigger torpedo effects. Or that don't, I'm sorry, they don't consume like a firing mode, but they do still trigger all of the torpedo effects like ceaseless momentum, supercharged weapons, you know, your projectile doffs. Like they still trigger all of that without consuming torpedo firing modes. Yeah, okay. So let's resave this loadout, and I'll just start off with a quick patrol here. I'll start my combat log, netgraph. By the way, how's server performance been for people today? No. The micro missile is new in what it does. Iffy, but you've seen worse? Okay. Okay, well, I will go into a wanted to start things off. Worse than before. Yep, the new season is live for console. Oh yeah, give me all the micro missile spam. You were having success with Otmara? The two maelstroms with energy weapons on everything else?
Looks like our fight got them to notice
That was working a bit better for you today?
Let's go over and ask if their boss might come out of hiding.
Look at those torps, yes. Just want to see, like, how much can I actually spam the torps out, and where is my buff icon for the officer? I guess I haven't triggered him yet. Not seeing it.
You will stand down and surrender to the Benton Guard.
I'm probably going to, if the keyboard's coming through while I'm playing without talking, let me know and I'll swap microphones.
Temporary hideout.
I like the amount of torps I'm able to get out here. It's, I think in combat where things are alive a little bit longer, they'd be doing even more, but still. Like the micro missiles are going out often. I'm seeing that the torpedoes are able to be fired quite often.
I'm taking you with me.
I think if I had 3 torpedo cooldown buffs on right now, the hyperplasma torp would just be the constant stream that you can see with it on some other builds. It's not audible over the boom booms? Okay. I can hear it really loud though, so I'm going to take a moment to swap microphones.
Thank you for your assistance, and welcome to this sector. We recommend that you get underway and head for secure space. There's been a lot of turbulent activity recently, and multiple reports of danger to travelers.
There we go. Yes, it is. I need to boost the audio here. One moment. Mic setup. There we go. Check DM. So basically, Mara, I think that's really interesting. I know Nick will be talking about that in content also, but you okay with me like just giving people a quick synopsis on what you were finding there? Do I think this interaction is working as intended? Show the nudes? Oh no. So basically what Mara has been experimenting with is I don't want to show everyone I've DM'd recently, so I'm going to pop all of these open in a window here. What Mara and Nick and, well, I think it's mostly been Mara in the past couple days has been looking at is the viability with the micro missiles of doing a torpedo build where the only torpedoes on aside from the micro missiles is the maelstroms. So basically the idea is it's I think, based on some of the performance numbers, that this might be potentially like the new go-to way for a lot of kinetic players, but you've got the cannons and beams on still to get some of the secondary targets taken out. It's more of a hybrid approach, but because of what you're able to do now with these builds, and Mara's showing her entire build here, so let me pull it up. The glow is because Mara's using one of the reshade things, but with the two torpedoes, those are getting, cooldown and all that from everything the micro missiles are triggering, and like there's the ball layout for those that want to pause and look at it. The duty officers, you can see 3 of the torpedo recharged offs on. And then for the traits here, ETM, blanking on the name of the second one there. The inertial supremacy, the one off the cabin, I think. Cultural conquest, universal designs, to health our orders. Is that? I don't think that's Theta. I thought the Theta icon like had a different icon on it. It might be. Mara will probably say it here in a moment. But yeah. Oh, it was a Theta? Damn it! I thought the icon was different. Because there's a few traits that have like that style of icon. I thought that was a different one. Oh, that was Theta, yeah. Okay. Yeah, from the from legendary Talis. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, here's the performance that Mara was getting there. You can see the maelstroms up on top. I mean, there's still a heavy torpedo focus with this and 1.7 mil there. That parse is pre-patch. You are manually cycling everything to avoid the global cooldown impact as much as possible. Gotcha. Cam is in the way? Oh no. Definitely feels like it had a different icon. Yeah, I thought the icon was different. The maelstrom should not be affected by cooldowns. We've seen some mixed interactions in the past couple of years with maelstroms, and I don't know if they ever addressed the I don't know if Michi's here. I don't know if the Maelstrom Alpha and Maelstrom Beta thing was ever fixed, where you could basically always make like a Maelstrom fire with 3 spread, or like the full like 3 charge. I don't know if that ever got fixed. Forget I said anything there. That's definitely not a thing. Yeah, Shangri-La console's really good. I mean it's in different lines. Like if you just look for one line, it's maybe not going to look impressive, but it's a couple different lines there. Okay, so I need to test this with maelstroms. I need to show you guys this in action. Okay, let's put 3. Oh, I thought I was about to say, did it take one of my projectiles off? Nope. More recharge. There we go. And trait-wise, let me see here. I'm going to do like a little bit of a hybrid. I am getting messages. Darthon, I haven't dropped those. Those should still be there. I haven't changed anything in the YouTube settings in that regard. Is there a Lobby sale at the moment? Might grab this missile on a couple characters. I don't think so. ETM keeps the new weapons 100% uptimed with the micro. Or no, micro doesn't work with it though. So I'm gonna slap maelstroms on. Let's get out of here, and I'll slap the dual maelstroms on. Don't remember seeing that it got fixed. Gotcha. You're not that far behind, Michi. Okay, let's do dual maelstroms. Oh no, it's Chi-Ups. Yeah, Scotty, the Cavort console is legitimately crazy. Legitimately crazy. You're watching at 2 times to catch up. Hey, when I'm watching my videos back, so right before I publish any of my videos, I will go back through and review them. And I can't watch my own content at 1 time speed. I will quite often be watching my videos at like 2.5 to 3 times speed. Like just to make sure, you know, everything is there. Sometimes some issues do slip through. But yeah. How do I access the featured DSCs? There is a wrapper mission. If you go to the available tab, if you're on KDF, it is from Brigadier General Inteja. If you're on a Fed, it's Rear Admiral Felicia Harrington. It is the Deep Space Daily Routine Operation. That basically gets you some extra Endeavor XP for doing 3 of the DSCs. But the featured quadrant is just extra perks for doing in the DSCs in that quadrant while it's active. Torps should be consumables if they want a dill sync. Could you imagine? I feel like that'd piss people off. Do you watch anything in normal speed? No. I feel like the brain rot has impacted me negatively in that regard. I mean, a music video, I'll watch that at 1 time speed, but yeah, other stuff, I have issues. Okay, let's see here. So let's put Ceaseless on. I think for this situation, I'll just drop Terran Goodbye. So I'll put Ceaseless Momentum on. So the thing is right now is that the Maelstroms are benefiting from Ceaseless Momentum and also from the projectile cooldown duty officers. And you can get those all to go off quite a bit with the micro missile array torpedo. I don't actually use TikTok. I feel like that's probably something I'm hurting myself with as a creator. Like, I feel like I probably should have some sort of presence on other platforms, you know, for growth long term. But no, I pretty much exclusively watch things on YouTube. You like the J-Bods and the Noctua colors? Well, this one here, it's white because these are a bit softer. I'm just blanking on the name, but the Noctua color scheme ones are all Pet G for the trays, and then the white one is TPU. TPU. Spreading yourself over too many platforms can also be to drain to your energy and sanity. Toxic, if you want one of these J-Bods and you're in the US, I've got a couple of the Noctua color ones printed out. Just reach out to me. A couple. Mine used to see some use for torpedo builds. They were a good way to get like a nice chunk of spike damage. Gotcha. I would say, like my best bundle video from a couple years ago, you know, would probably be a good start there. But that video did come out like right before the Heritage bundle, I think. Like I would add the Heritage bundle and the most recent bundle we just got here. Why am I blanking on the name? The Kelvin Timeline bundle we just got on PC. Like I would add Heritage and the Kelvin bundle to that video. You did buy the EC limit increase that everyone says to buy, but yeah, I would say you know, wait for a good bundle sale. Legendary Battlecruiser, that's a really good one to get off the bat. Heritage bundle's really good. The Kelvin one here, it's got a lot of utility that's going to be useful, especially as a new player. Yeah, okay. I'm going to try... Let's see here. Let's just go straight into an Infected. Infected the Conduit Elite with the cheese build with the Maelstroms. We will see how it goes. I will most certainly botch this up, but we loaded in there fast. Wow. You have an A1. You can, the JBot I'm using, you can print it in parts. People have done that. It's a slightly different variation than what I'm using, but yeah, people have done it so it fits on smaller printers like that.
The situation is...
I see Apotsy. We have a carrier player in here. They do exist. You're in with your torp build dice. You're gonna steal the deeps.
Lower your shields and await assimilation.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Scanning the nanite transformer. God. Don't take that.
I'm on like a little bit of a hybrid build right now, I'd say, so we'll see how this goes. Ooh, a little bit of lag right there. Ooh. Back up. I was asked recently why I positioned a bit higher too. That's just so I hit the assimilator a bit better with CSV. CSV has to be active though, and unfortunately, because we are in a team environment, the game has decided that I do not get to have my CSV today. This is not the prettiest run. The server's definitely having a few hiccups here. Oh, I cannot fly to save my life today. I mean, the Maelstroms, I wasn't paying too much attention to them to see how often they were going off, but let's take a look here at the combat log. Yeah. Put your printer to work in eBay items. Could use 83 and Magna side covers, niche market. I mean, I've said this before, but if you guys have something you want me to print out and it fits on like a 10-inch by 10-inch by 10-inch bed, reach out to me and I'll see if it's something feasible, especially if you're in the US. What are the crit chance and severity percent target for weapon DPS? I mean, as high as you can get. I don't really... it's not something I think about. You know, it just... As you're getting some of these higher end gear pieces, like you just, the crit H, especially with some of these newer items, it just starts to stack up. Like, I guess, right now, I will say like most of the time I'm going to be in like the mid to upper 40s when I'm just sitting in space, like for my crit chance. Crit severity is probably going to be a bit under 200. Like, there's no target. Like, I just know that when I'm in combat with some of the consoles and traits that I have on, like, I'm going to be hitting, I'm going to be hitting really high numbers there. It really is not something I focus on. It's about what fits in the slot, yeah. Richard, how's it going? Okay. So I was on, like, a mishmash of a build, but let's see here. Maelstrom Spread 2. That came out on top there, 290k. That got 20 attacks. Let's see here. So, I mean, it got to go off a couple times there in the run, and I think I also saw a salvo. Yeah, so there's a couple high yields. Were there any non-buffed ones? A few. Yeah, I mean that's not, I would say you're fine to just focus on other stuff at that point. Like don't I would say crit chance is definitely something I see a lot of people hyper fixate on. And yeah. How long did the combat last? The combat was 75 seconds. So yeah, there was a little bit of time from before that because something triggered like damage or something or healing in the starting phase. That's why it's a little bit longer there. But like there's the overlay of when the actual combat was, and if I go to the maelstroms again, like they went off a couple times there. There's going to be a ton of unbuffed shots. You can fire it so often. Yeah. That's also true. Yeah, most people are not doing infected in a minute. Let alone most groups are not even going to be getting through it in like 5 minutes. Wish I could understand. I've got guides on setting those up. Am I using SAS backplanes on any of them? Yes. Let me see. I've got one over here. Hold on. One moment. I thought I had one next to me. Okay, I do not have one out next to me, but do you know the Johnsbow N3? These are basically using those backplanes. So the Johnsbow backplanes are what are being used here. The port here it's SATA at the back, but I'm if this is going into an HBA like a SAS HBA, like it's still gonna work. Like so it's just using one of those, and you can source those off of like AliExpress for like $20. So you can get the SAS backplanes, SAS SATA backplanes right off AliExpress for like $20, and then just hook them up in, get yourself whatever fans you want. Works out pretty well. Sig, thank you for the sub 2 months in a row. Greatly appreciate it. So let's see. To get Dylan for Black Friday sales, it's what, middle to end of August? Yeah. That's a good point. I need to remind people of that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll drop the link in chat. So I've got a slightly modified, well, I guess these aren't the modified ones. But this Toxic, this is the JBOD. Someone's got a remix there for you to print like it in 2 parts. I've also got a remix on there, so if you want to use like 2.5-inch drives, I've got the remix on there for the adapter. Mini overlay running TFOs like what I have here. Yeah, that is the button at the top right in Oscar. But I think I covered that in the Oscar video. There's definitely a need for an update Oscar video, and that's going to happen with Linux coverage included. It's just that the dedicated Linux PC that I'm going to be using for this stuff, I don't currently have set up. I see more messages. Spencer without headphones. Don't know if I can handle that. Yeah. My hair is messed up from wearing these headphones right now. I need a haircut. Honestly, I need a haircut again. I missed a call from Nicholas. Oh no, Nick wants to chat. Let me get in the call with him. Let's hit the button so you guys can hear him. Nick, you are live. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's fantastic, Spencer. I'm sitting here in a bus. I'm waiting to drive for the next 4.5 hours, wanting to play with the micro missiles, but I can't.
They're really quite fun.
Well, what I was asking before is Mario is playing around with an idea with the Cavort, but seeing it doesn't have an enhanced battle cloak, I was wondering to see a list of enhanced battle cloak ships while as it works so I can think about it.
Okay, I will pull up a fresh copy of the list for Nick. Nick, and we'll do
Um,
this 072826. Make a copy.
it's hard on the phone because
Okay,
I'm gonna.
your
As
request
I,
was ships that are able to run at least concentrate firepower 3
and,
and
and
feature an enhanced battle cloak.
Yeah, I mean, I have more requirements, but I can filter that out myself. I can look at it.
You have now narrowed the list down to approximately 5 ships in Star Trek Online.
There's really only 5.
The legendary Negvar, the legendary Bordescu, the Terran Eagle, the Tamir, and the legendary Talis.
Not the Scimitar? I thought the Scimitar had an EBC.
Nope.
Really? So bought Negvar, Eagle, Tamir, and Talis.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so the Terran Eagle.
Vara's playing around with this idea. I don't know if you've been keeping
I've
up with
seen
it.
Mars sent me messages of the because the maelstroms are benefiting from the cooldown reduction now, which I don't know if that's working as intended, to be honest.
I don't think so either, but
I feel like if it is something that is allowed, okay, it's not working as intended.
yeah, because I always thought they were designed not to be able to be cooled down.
Thank you for pointing it out. No problem, Phil. Isn't the scimitar cloak a battle cloak? Yeah, I think it's just a normal battle cloak. They're aware of it. I've made the argument that this isn't so bad. Well, I mean, I would just say we just need more maelstroms then. Give me my red photon maelstrom. Give me a nice plasma maelstrom. Give me more immersive options. Does that make you feel better, Nick?
You didn't actually send me the photo though.
You wanted a photo?
Oh, the things I ask, eh?
So
Screenshots.
demanding.
I'm a terrible person.
Yeah, the scimitar consoles are locked to, like the T5 ones are locked to the T5.
The borders queue. I might have to play with that, but it doesn't get a hanger. Legendary Negvar. Well, the Negvar's just as. Oh. Mara's playing around with the idea of the 2 maelstroms, but I was like, I wonder if there's an additional on top of the enhanced battle cloak to activate Theta. And then I wonder in the seating of the Negvar, is there enough room to get the hangar bay, the EBC, Theta, and no, it doesn't get Call Emergency Artillery 3. That's only the Borders queue. Okay. Thank you, Supreme Fleet Leader. If you're around in a few hours, I will stream, and my title will be Making Torpedoes Great Again. Goodbye.
Thank you for the insightful commentary. Have fun.
Just remember, making torpedoes great again.
I'm sick hearing that. Yeah. Make a torpedo bus. I think 7-Eleven would prefer he not do that. Call you? Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna hear from Mara. Mara directly. Hello.
Give me 1 second. I gotta fix my sound. There we go. Okay. Hey.
Hello.
Yeah. Get G ups in here.
Oh no, that's a scary thought. I mean I can do that.
Do it.
Chiops. There we go. It's the Captain's Table podcast.
Yeah. Hey everyone. So stupid things happening in my head.
Oh, Chiops, we're hearing things, Chiops.
I fixed it.
Okay.
Alright, so
I was actually aiming, but thank you.
Okay. So I think we're about to see, like, regardless of what happens with the males, like, it's not working as intended. It's I've been looking at it for the past couple of weeks, like on the down low. And like that parse I sent you was when like everyone was talking about like the micro missiles and the GCDs. Like, well, you just put them on a spam bar and put the micro missiles at the end of the chain, then they'll do their job. But now because we don't have to worry about any of it and it's just procking everything all at once, I think we're about to see how torpedoes are run completely change.
I agree.
We're gonna see kinetics move away from 4 to 5 forward torps just across the board. Whether or not this maelstrom thing stays the way it is, on a ship where you can run a GCD torp console, whether it's the Eagle console or the ferrofluid, like honestly, I kind of think this is gonna break the Eagle's dominance. And the reason why is that on the Eagle, you have enough to run just like an extra torp in there to get it off, but on the others, you're just running 2 and it's slightly less fast, but you're going to be spitting them out at like a bare minimum rate. So yeah, the pilot optimized cooldown separation is going to be like the best way to do it, but it's going to be so much closer now. Like you just run 1 extra torp on the Eagle as opposed to like running 2 torps on everything else, and then you just have like set completion and do support. Like they're actually gonna feel like Star Trek ships. Like kinetic builds are gonna be a couple of torpedoes that are maximized, and then a bunch of beams and cannons firing, and they don't even have to be like unified beams and unified cannons. You're using ETM, so they have firing mode coverage. You can just pick what works best for you.
You know, what I'm getting from this is that the Maelstrom situation is Miles listening, so the Maelstrom situation is perfectly balanced, and you know, I think even though you said you could probably still do this without the Maelstroms, like I like the idea of
I love it.
2 Maelstroms, like that I can just rapid fire on a setup like this, like I like that idea, and we definitely, like, if that is allowed to stay, we need a red Maelstrom.
So like here's my place on Maelstrom and balance, right? Like from the way Boricus has talked about like the watch list and stuff, the things that are problems are things that flatten builds. things that make it the only way to do things, where there's no other paths to the same realm, right? And double mail, I unquestionably, this is like the path forward for the maximum performance. Like as it is right now, double mail, nothing else, or double mail with one side torp on an eagle. That's yes, right? But we already had a best path for that. We had EBM, you had Delphic, and that path is still present and will probably still swing in the same ballpark. And it's effectively cheaper. So like there's tiering going on here. You have the best way that has tons of investment, and you have the slightly less best way that could still swing in the same range. And with less investment, like you need a rep torp, a Lobi torp, as opposed to like a torp that costs a legendary bundle.
But
So
this would
like,
give them a reason to actually make more torps.
So
yeah, like as you said, give us a faster firing mail. Give us a photon mail.
there's a question here. People want to, or just they're not sure of what change that's enabling this. Is that something you can just break down for them? Because this is something you said you've been investigating for weeks.
Yes, yeah, yes. So the micro torpedo turret, when Bort Frost first brought it up, like this is a really cool thing. Like the idea here is that they want to start giving us things that are tools, not weapons. Because Bort's got in a headspace where he wants to format screw everything, like a console that's a weapon. That's why we've gotten a lot of consoles that fire beams and stuff, like broadside combat module and things. That's a console that's actually a weapon, and so it's a format screwing. So now we've got weapons that are actually utility consoles, right? And that's where their headspace is in the design world, and that's a really cool place to be, guys. Like we're gonna see some weird shit. But what it's doing is that now that it's functioning the way like they set out to design it to, which is as a torpedo utility tool that doesn't interfere with torpedo performance, right? So like old school, like way back in the day, you used to run like Kelvin torps or something to cycle projectile weapon officer DOFs or spin ceaseless. You get a fast firing torp that could hit those triggers as often as possible. But when they did that, they set all the other torpedoes you're using onto the shared cooldown, the group cooldown, the global cooldown, whatever the fuck we want to call it. And that would stop them from firing for a little bit longer and cut down on your performance, right? You're not firing the torpedo you want to be firing. Now that we have this micro missile that fires very often because it is affected by torpedo things, but it doesn't take torpedo things, right? So it can trigger ceaseless momentum, which gives you a flat hit to torpedo cooldown and stacks kinetic damage and stacks kinetic debuff, but debuff or buff, whatever. Trigger projectile weapon officer DOFs. So it can roll torpedo cooldown. So all your torpedoes are cycling, but it doesn't steal torpedo buffing things. So it cannot fire under entwined tactical matrices. It doesn't take firing modes. It doesn't consume concentrate firepower procs. It's just there to spin things that trigger off of torpedoes. It doesn't consume things that torpedoes use. So by having that delineation, we've now got something that can spin all these torpedo effects, fire and forget, be auto fire, just cycling all this stuff, while our damage source, the torpedoes, are now functioning unimpaired. They can just go at as fast as they possibly can. Combine that with the fact that maelstroms are currently in the cycle of, do they work with stuff? Do they not work with stuff? Do they work with stuff? Because it breaks every 6 months. And we're in that phase right now. And so now you can spit off maelstrom spreads and salvos just over and over and over again. And because of the way maelstroms work, for those who don't know, maelstroms have up to 3 charges. They do more damage the more charges there are, and normally they take a fixed amount of time to regenerate charges. Because we're in the phase where things affect it, every time a torpedo cooldown effect goes off, it generates a stack of maelstrom. This means that actually, if you're doing the inverse of what you normally do with torpedoes and not use global cooldown reduction, consoles like ferrofluid or covert warhead module, which reduces the amount of time between each torpedo firing that there is. You give those triggers just a little bit longer to generate more stacks. I haven't done the actual performance evaluation of this idea yet because we haven't been able to do it till today because we had the micro missile affecting GCD. But I think that there's a potential that by limiting your torpedo GCD while using maelstroms, you can get more 3-stack shots off in a row in a short window of time, as opposed to like firing 1 stacks over and over and over again. I think that might balance out in the favor of not using GCD stuff.
That's interesting.
But yeah, no, the big enabler here is that we can spin cooldown without consuming shot time. Cooldown was before heavily restricted by the fact that you had to fire a torpedo in your torpedo sequence, which is a gap. It's like a 1.5 second gap, a 2 second gap, a half second gap. It was firing something that wasn't doing damage that you didn't want to do. And now that's not the case. You can just spit torpedoes. And because it's also fast now, there's no need to carry torpedoes to fill that gap. You can just load a couple that you want to focus on, and then use the rest of your build space for supporting things. For like one of the big problems of torpedo builds is how messy they leave the field, right?
Yeah,
but now
the amount of runs we had to redo for Nick was Geops here. He witnessed it. It's a pain.
Yeah, everybody gets 3 runs except Nick, who gets 3 nights.
Yeah, so now if you've only got 2 torpedoes up front, or at the most 3 torpedoes up front, you've got 2 extra slots there. You've got you can throw the Terran in and the wide angle the phase cannon in there, and ETM has them max up timed. You can run weapon and aux batteries instead of engine aux batteries, so they've got more power and they're fueling them. And now that we've got diametric focus, that's weapon crit, what are torpedoes? They're weapons. So that's an extra 50% crit and also 100% power cost. So you're hitting both parts of the build at once if you want to. You can get those extra weapons and sniping, gens or killing the loose spheres. And then you move on like you would.
I'm incredibly excited for the 6 people that are going to love this.
Bro, how's it going? I think it's good because I think one of the issues with Torps is we didn't see a lot of people trying Torp builds back when, that was like the meta, a couple years ago. But when it went to the Eagle and everything got really heavy with the micromanagement, that really pushed a lot of people out. I mean, personally, like, even though I do a lot of micromanagement, it just got to a point where I was just like, energy weapons were starting to come back into play, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm done with this. Let's go back to energy weapons.
Dude, seeing your trays and watching like Nick fly while we were doing the sports, I'm like, there is no way I'm doing this shit. Just put beams on my ship, and that's all it's going to be. This actually makes me want to actually like try it.
Yeah, and yeah, the things like people are pointing out, like the noble you could actually use, effectively with the setup like you're talking about, Mara. Whereas, before we were, so focused on having that commander pilot because of the global cooldown, but with this change, like, it's opening it up and making those ships that don't have, the commander pilot able to compete better in the torpedo race.
100%. And this is also like Nick and I have been like having a dialogue on and off over the year. Like, what about I'm trying to make crate torpedo work. I'm trying to make crate torpedo work, and I'm like, well, it kind of does. You're just not doing it. And now we really can just do it because we've got all of these things now that like solve problems for kinetics, right? Like one of the biggest issues kinetics has always had is how damned fragile it is, right?
And the Armstrong
you
console.
Don't have exactly, because it's got crit on it, and it also just keeps you. It is, if you have high uncon, and Voven going on, you can keep it at 100% uptime. And with kinetics, with anything, it's about, from like my playing with it, probably about 80% less effective than Valdor on a maximally built haste energy weapon build. Dual cannons, all the haste in the world.
So there's a question that just popped up. Is ceaseless momentum a required piece of functionality in this interaction. I mean, it's going to be a big help, but I feel like, just the
PWOs are enough.
yeah, the torpedo cooldown doffs, with how often you're going to be able to proc them with the micro missile, like that's going to get you most of the way there. Sure, Ceaseless will help, but I don't think not having Ceaseless is going to prevent you from doing the build.
I agree 100%.
This sounds like more like what Kraid and Isokon kind of do for every ship, where you can just transfer a build. You can do that now better with Torps.
Yeah, I mean, and again, this whole dual Maelstrom thing, sure, if you have the Maelstroms, you can just like, if you want to do a 2-tiered spam bar, right? Like one of the tricks of running kinetics, if you wanted to be as lazy as possible but still effective, is run 2 versions of your spam bar, one for spread and one for high yield. If you just do that with 2 of the standard torps that we use for these things, like throw an EBM on there and make that your high yield send, and throw like Neutronic or Delphic or something, or I mean DMT even works with chemosite laced weaponry. People really underestimate how much that can do. You throw that onto your spread bar, and you'll do a ton of damage. Like, the ceiling on this is probably still going to be lower than like do either Isokon or Crate, but now it's like my janky, like fun do builds are running 2 million ISE pug, including the super lagginess that we've had. This is like pushing 1.7, and that was pre-patch. I haven't gotten a stable run yet to get a good feel for it, but like this is gonna do better. This is gonna be competitive, like. And it doesn't even require a ton of investment. Like,
can we call it the DMQ? Because every time I hear DMT, I think of Joe Rogan. I don't want to think of Joe Rogan.
Oh no!
Look, everything that I can refer to as a drug, I'm going to.
Fine.
Are there better specializations for torpedoes other than command? I still feel like you really want to have that CF3. That's still a hard one.
So here's the deal. Like, in the context of the mail setup, especially in faster stuff or like general content, with this whole doing it real fast deal, you can live without it and still do above million. Like, before this, I was running a sort of crate-like missile Okinawa, no command, and it was regularly doing like 1-1 pug. It was a meme build. It was a total meme build, but I was like in my hands, and I'm not the best of us. 1-1. Right? Now, like, you can get away with so much. You can get away with so much.
Yeah.
And now that we can just spin any torp so fast without interrupting it, like, if you have ETM and like something I actually played with, which is funny and something you could do if you have less but still want to do things, run FPNA, you'll get like a handful of extra high yield ones out of a run just by running FPNA. Don't even care about juicing it or anything. Just cycle it as often as it comes up. Part of that random it gives you a firing mode thing is, yes, sometimes it screws you up with rapid fire, but it also gives you high yields. So like in a run where you're firing a bunch of where you don't have concentrate firepower giving you a ton of high yields, it won't match it, but it'll do it.
There's a question, what about kinetic magnet? No, that's only for like targetable torpedoes and like mines. It's still not really gonna have much relevance. Energy torpedoes, have they become viable? I'd say they're not the optimal choice, but if that's what you want to run, I don't see why you couldn't, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, the thing here is that running the micro missiles is going to be a performance loss against running an energy weapon in the slot for an energy weapon build, right? So when you're evaluating what does, you have to take both what you're losing against, say, using a turret, and what you're gaining out of juicing whatever it is you're touching, like whatever torpedo you want. So energy torpedoes, by and large, their big problem was that they have a generally longer cooldown, and in most energy weapon setups, you're not cooling down torpedoes at all. They also just like don't match the raw damage output at a baseline compared to the good torpedoes we use. I was recently when I was doing my experimental weapons testing, I had a flavor build at like the low development space, where I was like, hey, this is a phaser setup to make the hexes do better. Their best job for a player who's only been playing the game for a month. This is a disruptor build to play with like some other stuff. So there was a build I used with Nausicaan. So I actually have some pretty relevant recent, experience with how they perform in the context of like that tier of development. And Dark Matter with Chemo was just head and shoulders above Nausicaan. It was head and shoulders above Morphogenic. Like I've got a new like low development, mid development build idea coming up that focuses around using ETM instead of Withering Barrage, and using DMT and firing like 3 spreads per cycle, and having a ton of chemocyte laser weaponry damage, and like all the way up to 800k. That's kind of the optimal choice for most people running cannons.
Do they also overstack RPM? It shouldn't. The reason the mines overstack RPM is because that they're to like their own entity. Phil. Thinking of an ultimate setup, they got a good kinetic debuff, add a second strong torpedo, and we'll have a nice mixed build. Yes. Micro quantum, yeah. I mean, sure, there's like some consoles that are able to. I mean,
like go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, overall, like it's interesting. It's giving like the micro missile array is giving torpedo builds like a new shot at life. It's a new way to go in, build them out. You've shown that. I mean, I just had a decent run with the Maelstroms on my Delkina here, before we got into the call. Like it's just giving a new way to approach that playstyle, which I think was desperately needed, because the micromanagement heavy Eagle build, the commander pilot, just that was something that so few were like actually interested in, and this is something that I feel is a bit more approachable.
And how stale has that playstyle become?
Extremely. Will they allow us to use more than one warp core on a build? No.
And like this does open the way to like some budgety things too. Like in the last couple of months I've been playing with the Winter Breen console, the cryonic whatever the hell. And this actually plays into that.
Is that the one that does damage when it disables or kills or something?
Yeah, when you shoot a disabled target, any subsystem is offline. It's any offline subsystem. It does, your weapons will apply a small AoE to it. And it's got an ICD. I think it's like a 5-second ICD. Well, torps don't fire too often, and well, we've got a bunch of shield offline. We've got the GOM2 Evolve Burst. You've got Tachyon Netrums. Those are shield offlines. They're not like shield delete. They're subsystem offlines. So they trip that. So with modern builds offlining all the stuff, like you don't need to be a drain build, because it was built around like, hey, redo drain, right? So when you drain, you flicker off subsystems. That doesn't work. We just have things that shut shields off. So you do that, and that costs you some winter stuff, and then during winter that's free. And I've seen like between 30 and like 70k out of that, and it just kind of does it. And on a torpedo build where you may not have all the stuff, that fits right in.
I forgot something. We didn't get a chance to intro ourselves on this first ever live edition of the Captain's Table.
Oh no. Cheops here is probably one of the most elitist Star Trek Online players. He is infamous for going into Hive and just killing it in a couple of seconds.
No. We gotta do this right. Okay. Hold on. Hey guys, welcome to the Captain's Table, where we explode things and break things. I'm Mara.
That's your cue. Oh, I almost said the F word.
Oh God,
I'm
we
Spencer.
suck. All right.
Yeah. I thought Chios was gonna go next, but
I'm Cheops, and I'm not quite. If there is any hint of elitism to be found anywhere about my person, you can blame the guy, the only person who's on camera right now. Because
What?
I didn't care. 100k DPS, I was so happy. Now, if like my turret does 100k DPS, I'm about to uninstall.
And I am Spencer, the most casual player here. And
And don't
breaking the
forget
floor.
creator code CasualSAB in the Epic Store.
Yeah,
Sob.
yeah. Don't forget the epic creator code. Don't
We
ever
gotta,
forget that.
we gotta turn Spencer's power of mispronunciation against him. The old casual sob.
Yeah.
Hey, my channel used to be called SOB's Casual Corner.
Yeah, I know, but I'm picturing it with like two ways now because it's like
Oh.
foreign and there's no way you'd be able to pronounce it.
Look, if any capital initialized things could be pronounced, I pronounce them. I don't care what it is. Like short of being like I wouldn't say NYC is Nick, but like anything, if you put letters together and they form a word, even if they're not one, I'm saying them.
This is a weird sentence, but Spencer reminds me of my wife. Just because she's Thai and the way she pronounces a lot of words, it's amazing. She'll say something, and then I'll catch a stream from Spencer, and he says it the exact same way. And I'm like, I mean, you got a little bit of weight on her, but I mean, still just as sexy.
Yeah, terrible. On this week, CasualSAB brings you the ultimate sagging build. Oh no. Spencer is so casual, he built a data center to play his 1,000 accounts for him. Do you think I have that much computer hardware lying around?
Dude, with the affinity that you have for computer hardware, you were born in the data center. Like that was the first creation. You're the first data center.
So
You're just mobile.
I was thinking, why do I have this modern obsession with like having a bunch of computers? And it's because when I was younger, poor, grown up in rural Iowa, I didn't have like a good computer for a long time. So to compensate for that as an adult, I've now got like 20 computers.
We trained a bunch of LLMs on Spencer's personality and put them in a room. See what happened.
It's gonna be the South
Like,
Park. Your room could be the South Park episode with like Trapper Keeper. It just becomes sentient.
I've just like I'm like I've just got random computer parts lying around. I do have a problem.
So Mara has the outline for this episode. What's next?
Well, actually, Cheops and I have been doing something stupid.
Okay. For context, we're not in the same like room.
Oh no.
Yeah, so Tetrion's the new meta. Just saying.
Running the we ran through ISE using the I haven't used that three-piece Tholian set since it came out. We were trying to get as many of those crystal procs as possible. And with just like one support, there was a couple of piloting errors and some weird server stuff going on, but that could have been easily like anywhere between 4 and 4.5 with just one person.
And with pugs eating up crystals.
Yeah.
Like if everyone flies above the plane, and if we someday, which I do think is going to happen, get the set completion the set omni restriction removed. If you have the four piece from Tholian and Pav in there, it might be meta.
Because if those crystals are still alive and you get to the cube and you pop the relocate, I mean, you can take the cube from full health to dead.
Well, that's what we did for, if you recall, like the very first like sub 20-second ISE we did with Split, where we like insta nuked the cube. It's because all of the spheres died, the crystals dropped, and like just insta nuked the cube when it came out.
Yeah, I like doing this in pubs though, and that's where you need the practice to try and get a well positioned grab well to try and work around the other people, because you have no many. The amount of times I'd be flying and I, the sound it makes when somebody sucks up one of those crystals. I just wanted to punt a kitten.
Oh no. Yeah, I mean this is something that was tried like when they first came out too, Phil. Like as soon as that set was introduced, like I'm pretty sure I even was doing like a run or two with the full set. I just didn't continue using it because I liked my other toys more.
But we're at a point now where all the new gear that's come out has made a lot of these older things way more viable. I mean, that's just what Isocon even is.
Yeah. Yeah, Cheops has a way with words.
I'm a veritable cornucopia of verbosity.
Ugh.
I'm gonna. Wait, I want to write that down, and now I want Spencer to say it.
I don't even remember what you just said.
But yeah, when's oh yeah, since we're here, you were gonna tell us when Crate 2 was gonna be out?
Oh, Crate Part 2. I am going to commit that I need to get that video done. It's going to happen in August.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got a whole month as a
Just
buffer,
just
so that
like it
can
was
be
going to
added.
happen in July of 2025 and every month ever since.
August of 2028.
It's going to happen. Like the builds channel, my goal with that is to start putting up build guides over there. Builds for all the ships, and I think I've shown the thumbnail for Crate Part 2. Let me find it here. Crate. Oh, did I find it?
You're probably gonna have to wait for the Narada though.
The builds channel has already been abandoned. No, the builds channel has not been abandoned. There's stuff going on. Oh, I was looking at I was seeing like how it would look with the outline on one of those. That looks bad. But let's get that out of there. Damn it. I think I was playing around with a couple different phrases here, but it was something like this. The ultimate meta DPS build guide.
Look at that. And is there any AI in there?
No, there is no AI in there.
All right. There's your thumbnail.
I I know the AI stuff is something that is very controversial to many in the audience. Um, I I don't like to use AI on the thumbnails because I can go on YouTube and I can easily see, when someone's used AI. In the instances where I've used AI for an element of like a thumbnail, I try to be very subtle about it and not have it be too blatant. Like I hope the one I put out this morning for that monitor arm, I I guess some of the processing probably does look a little bit AI, but I did have it try to add a little bit of a glow to the arm. But I generally don't try to use AI too much because I know it's very controversial, especially with the STO thumbnails. So most of them are entirely like I made them, like the Salcombe, this very basic thumbnail here. Where's the one I was doing?
It's to the point now where not using AI is like a lost art form.
Yeah. Thinking about it, it's probably a good thing that you won't release Crate next month because there's a pretty good chance that Maelstrom might end up being in there.
Terrible.
Like I'm sitting on the like, hey, maybe if I drop Withering Barrage and use ETM instead, and just throw in the like swap some dots and like throw in a mail or two, it might end up being like the torpedo build, but in the other direction.
What is the builds channel? That is the YouTube at STO builds right there. That's the channel that I've been starting to work towards getting set up. And just off doing the streams for it, I actually got like all the monetization features unlocked.
Nice.
Yeah, the AI thumbnails, like they're very blatant. Like if I go to subscriptions, like I know there's a few creators I watch, like Jay's 2 cents, for instance. I know he's been pretty blatant with some of his thumbnails. I, of course, am not seeing them right now, but you can definitely tell when it's AI in the other thumbnail. Like, especially everyone that's using like ChatGPT, it's extremely blatant. Samuel, thank you for stopping by. Madaz, hello from New Zealand. Captains, submit to your legendary status has reached us and is changing lives with your wisdom. Glad to help.
Yeah. I mean, from that angle, like, it's got the same vibe of like, if you've been in the game design industry and you're playing a game and you're walking through and you start recognizing like materials packs, and like if someone's using Quixel, if you can see when someone's using Quixel Megascans and it doesn't match the rest of like the aesthetic of what they've done themselves, it's so jarring. You're like, okay, like it's that sort of like branding of, okay, you did the thing, like, okay.
Yeah, Nick has done a few AI thumbnails too. Such a terrible thing. Let's see here. If I go to CasualSAB and then I scroll down, yeah, we can find the and Triz. Oh, Triz. Triz a great person. I just the thumbnails, they kill me. I think I've said this to Triz directly though, so that's not really news. But the thumbnails, the AI stuff, just some of them Nick's done like this right here, like this format here for summer 2026. This is like your generic. I went into ChatGPT and asked for a thumbnail, like style thumbnail there, like with how it does the text, the formatting, like very blatant. That thumb.
Oh my god! If he look at the length of that thing.
Now, I tried like 2 videos, on my end with like AI.
Yeah, the GOM2.
Yeah, the GOM2 stuff, and there were people that were laughing at it, but there were also some that were not happy, and I don't know. It was because there was a lot of still like game elements in there. It didn't look as bad to some people, but to others it was very clear what I had done.
I mean, it's a flying poo. It's a meme, and then that's when they released the Admiralty or the Admiral's outfit too. So I mean, it's the whole release was like a meme, so that fits. Plus, I mean, look how svelte you are in that.
Triz gave Thomas a bunch of AI generated store to use if he wants after his interview months ago. Oh no, I didn't know that. No. Oh, that's I am feeling that like secondhand embarrassment. Oh no.
Oh, that hurts.
That dude. Oh no. Oh boy.
I'm gonna clip all those noises for later, by the way.
Oh no. Yep. Terrible. Dark Eddie also said I should specify August of what year for Crate Part 2.
Stealing my jokes.
Oh no.
I wonder if people are going to be happy if a decent amount of that video turns out to be, look, I know I sold you all this crate shit, but take half of that off of your build now.
Terrible. I feel like I've got my recording set up down a little bit better, and I've been in a mood for actually recording stuff again recently, so I've been actually getting progress done on some things. Need to actually get editing done, but yeah. Is it secondhand embarrassment when there was no firsthand embarrassment? Terrible.
Oof.
Well, this has been an interesting conversation for sure.
I just saw somebody called you John Candy.
Oh, I missed that.
I
Oh
I, I
no.
think it's about you, but that's pretty good.
Oh, is
I
that
love John.
the Nick thumbnail with?
Oh, that's true. That's even better.
I like there was the thumbnail. It never got published, but there was one where with the watch list, it had Bordicus back there with like a Nerf hammer swinging it down on the like Uncon and the Type 7 pets.
You know the Robert Redford gif of the meme where he's like looking at the camera, slowly nodding, like the my man head nod. That's what that you almost look like there.
Terrible.
I mean, I would put that on Plenty of Fish. You get some dates.
Do I think that these marathon live streams are taking away time from working on the create build video? No. Um, it's just a matter of being in the right mindset of, okay, it's time to sit down and record and work on stuff for the next couple hours. It's just it'll get done. It'll get done. I promise. I promise. And when it does happen, people are not going to believe it. That's going to be the best thing.
Plus, if you weren't doing this, you'd just be playing Minecraft with the Willow.
No, Willow's not playing Minecraft right now. I found a couple of the other crate thumbnails. Part 2. Oh, yeah, I was doing a couple different variants.
I don't know why that's a why is that an angle and not an Ariori? Weird.
Haha. Terrible.
Hey, what's your
Well-
what's your ISE number right now, buddy?
On the current season, I don't think I even have a 3
Zero?
mil up for the current season. I haven't really done any runs for the current
Yeah.
season.
I've got like nothing. I've been just in spreadsheets for like 6 months.
I've been ruining people's experiences in pugs.
Yeah, I've been so focused, chatting to AI about everything. I've just been so distracted by that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
dealing with that AI
I've also-
psychosis.
I've also been working on some new player content. I just went through, and I'm not done with this yet, but I went to a clean account and started a fresh tune to see how quickly I could get it to like 200k ISE. It's got like maybe 50 hours on it, and it's already doing like 170 with
Nice.
like no outside help, just playing the game, no like funneling in resources. Like it's just, this is a proof of concept for like, hey, what can you do? And it was also just like I do this occasionally, but this also is setting up this series of content that I'm actually doing this time. It's happening. I'm not gonna flake. It's for real. I'm gonna be doing like a huge ass like multi-video hand holding. Hey, you're completely new to STO, or like don't know, or are just completely lost. Character creation.
Yeah.
Like first 10 levels. Next, although like it's separated into 3 segments, like 0 to 60 or like 0 to 50, I think is like chunk 1, and then it's building the mid game, so like leveling your reps, and then beyond, like, hey, how to be like one of us. And it's called Mara's STO Survival Guide, and it's coming. It's happening.
I like how you're focused on things that'll benefit like 99% of the players. And I'm like thinking of writing a guide on how to like solo HSA in 6 seconds. It's gonna like
Yeah, well, I mean,
people are gonna like this.
I'm a fucking saint,
I
Yeah.
I
Spencer's just out there. Spencer just wants to milk.
on the topic of talking to AI, this was something I decided because I've got like some beginner focus series I wanted to do also, but I asked just out of curiosity Chat GPT to help me, like the paid premium version, help me like get an outline for like an entire guide series just to see what it would do. And this is basically what it came up with of I set out basically my thought process was of doing multiple like series, and it's like the first is like going over the foundations, then the road to 65. Um, once you hit 65, and the thing is too, if you're looking at ChatGPT making guides like this, you got to be careful because it's trying to like copy everything from STO better. um, but
Look at all those numbers you're never gonna do.
look at all of it.
Look at that.
Look at. I also was like, oh yeah, give me an idea of what your thumbnails would look like, and they're terrible. They're awful. They're awful.
What in the oof?
Yeah, yeah,
That purple one is that's something.
yeah. That's basically. I was like, okay, let's see what it can do. Step 1, take your jelly. Step 2, go into patrols. If you replace the ships with toilets that have warp missiles, oh no. But no, it's like with the builds channel, like one of my objectives there is that I want to have more than just high end coverage. Obviously, high end is going to be, for a long time, like my main focus, but I do want to have some coverage for lower levels as well.
Yep. Yeah, ever since Mixed fell to the dark side, there's been a need for that beginner.
It's McStew fell to the dark side of Star Citizen. Nick has fallen to Star Citizen. Yeah. If I see an AI thumbnail of a small YouTube channel of a niche hobby I am in, I ain't gonna watch it. Yeah.
However, you're not allowed to say meta.
I don't think I even said uncon in the video I did for the bundle breakdown.
Let me see.
And I still upset people. Like, I think I went out of my way to try and not say meta or uncon in that video, and there were still people upset.
We're proud of you, though. I think it was the stream, like the last 2 or 3 streams ago, like within the first 40 minutes, I was going to do a drinking game for every time you said uncon. And I would have been dead in the first, like, 5 minutes. Or not uncon, meta. I kept saying no.
Terrible.
But that's why we love you.
Infamous, I agree. Say optimal build guide instead. It's the reason for the meta phrasing is because it's the phrase that people are used to now. Like it gets the attention. People that are upset because you don't review based on feelings, yeah. I mean that's definitely a thing. Can you say make torpedoes great again? Nick, I think that what Mara has discovered here is a step towards making torpedoes great again.
And Nick, how does it feel not finding this out yourself and then just following along? Does that make you a meta beta?
Oh no.
Nah. I mean, like, I'm just that Sigma, yo. Like, that's all it is.
Oh, okay, Andrew, calm down.
Truly, truly terrible.
Hey, I mean, I'm just collecting belts here, you know? Like, what is this, 2 metas now?
The issue is when I was doing like, trying to find new things back in the day, like breaking things, you know what would happen? They wouldn't let it stay. Do you remember what I did with like attrition warfare? Like of allowing us to have like 2 copies of alpha up at the same time, go down fighting. Like I found ways to get enough cooldown reduction to like have captain abilities up all the time. They didn't like that. Their response was, well, captain abilities are going to have a minimum cooldown now.
Yeah. Well,
I still think we need to go back to like 30 trillion damage.
Yeah, give me the OG Fleet Research Lab consoles.
Mm-hmm.
You get another meta, and you get a free set of steak knives. Oh no. I've seen complaints from a couple of players in game that you need to pay money to beat story missions. I think a T5 build guide for people that don't have stuff like Boimler or Uncommon would be useful. Yeah,
Okay,
Mara was doing that.
that's
I
what...
have thoughts. I have thoughts. I have so many thoughts.
Oh no.
Okay, so
I can't say any.
I think this is like I'm gonna be saying this in my videos, and I'm kind of trying. I think that right now, that the fact that players do not get a T5U without buying the Heroic Hunter and knowing it exists is possibly the single greatest player attrition point in the entire game right now. Because again, I just went through completely clean. I haven't done it in a minute. I have done it, but like it's been a minute. I know what I'm doing. You could I think we can agree that I know what I'm doing. When I hit Delta, I could fight. I could do it. I did switch to the Hunter like right away, but I tried to play with the T5L40, and their hull caps are just too low. Their hull caps are just too low for any content post DR. It like you can like no scaling whatsoever. A baseline T5U is going to have double the hull cap, which lets you stay alive, and like it instantly was like doable. I think that right now it's kind of like high key a travesty that new players are thrown into post DR content with like 30k hull cap.
Oh.
They're gonna get one shot by a torpedo. Like you could stack. I have a good balanced, like not like optimized, like giving myself as many tools as I can with what is available at that tier. The heals can't heal through it. Like RSP is not going to keep you alive. Like hazard emitters is not going to keep you alive, not without the hull cap headroom. And you can't get any more of that because I mean I've got all 3 nodes, and like there's nothing in the base game that gives you more hull cap. You have to like maybe you'll get the Martok console, like, but you'd have to skip a ton of story to get there. Maybe like you stacking a bunch of neutroniums doesn't help. Nanite regeneration consoles are ass. Like there's no like spike heals. You could stack a ton of like hull restoration, but still not going to save you when the torpedo takes half of your hull cap and hazard emitters is on cooldown, and the only cooldown reduction you have is PO1. Like I think right now the biggest hiccup in this game is not just giving people like like at that vice admiral like free T5U, even though they're not the greatest things, they'd be enough if they just got a free token. Yeah. Just give them a goddamn T5U token. Problem solved. Like I'd love to see like a custom like hero. Like, hey, you're a new player, you've reached level 50. Here is a STO style ship that's sort of a T5, like sort of what they did with the KDF recruit thing, and tie it in, like make it like a baby Odyssey, make it a tiny stove vibe ship or something. But like something, they need something that they're not getting right now, because the experience is ass if you don't know what you're doing, and this game doesn't teach you to know what you're doing. So like I'm willing to bet we're losing so many players, or it's also training the players to think that dying repeatedly is normal to get through content. Dying through normal repeatedly and with attrition is normal, and it's normalizing that for them. And that's why you get these players who encounter us and like freak out when they're being told they're doing things wrong or that they could be doing things better. They think that dying is normal.
Oh, so you mean everybody on the official servers, the cesspool?
Oh no.
I mean, yeah.
I was just gonna say, with everything that's wrong with that server and the people that come in there and complain, all the shit that they complain about, what's the number one game complaint is the fact that they get railroaded when they've just started. So many new players go and make their way into that Discord saying that they just die. They have to die, and then they go 3 feet, kill another ship, die. Kill another ship, die. So yeah.
I want to go back through and have that sort of experience again. It's just been time. But like when I was expanding like my channels earlier this year, my I did the builds channel, the tech channel, which I still want to do, but I actually did another alongside that for STO that was just going to be like me, like as I'm going through working on some of the builds, especially like lower level stuff, where I would just dump the mission playthrough, like of me going through, just playing through the mission, just chatting while I'm doing it. Um, just putting that over there and then saying this is the build I'm using, it's over on this channel, it's explained. And like my thought process was like, here's the build I'm using 0 through 10, 10 through 20 and so on. And then doing all the missions with them.
You gonna do another new player story playthrough?
I haven't even finished that first one, but that was like
I
a
know.
stream one. I wouldn't have to, is the thing there. Like it wouldn't need to be every last thing. It would need to be just like the intro story arcs basically on those characters, the ones that are not unique.
I look forward to
Yeah, it's just getting time
get all of this.
now that I'm, raising a almost 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. It's
Well, listen. Once you find an apartment that has the feces removed from the walls, you'll be good to go.
we're not getting that apartment.
I know.
Oh man, does that mean we can call you daddy now?
I've been calling him that since I met him, so I mean, feel free. Yeah, he hides his face.
Oh man, headshot.
Oh, casual daddy. Oh, I love it. Like, I'm not saying that again until I turn the lights out.
Oh no. Oh. That's true.
Yeah, it's daddy per second.
Do I have computer mouses in the wall? No, but I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's probably more. I do have another mouse coming that I'll be doing a video on. Look,
Ram daddy.
they send me free hardware in exchange for a video. Like, if the hardware is good, I'm gonna say yes.
Did you see Stanky Boy's comment?
I remember when Spencer was gonna have a high-end Cavort build for people. Yeah, I remember Stanky Boy, and then life happened. I still want to get Cavort video out. I still want to do it, okay? I do realize that I'm terrible about stuff recently.
Yeah, give daddy some respect.
No. Give Ram Daddy some respect. I'm taking Josh's thing there. Oh, that was a bad sentence too. Holy shit. This is normal. You won't lose your channel. It's just one time.
I know. It's just you've actually kept yourself pretty restrained compared to normal, and I do appreciate that, Cheops.
You're welcome.
Hey, I only swore once.
I think people have enjoyed the conversation. It's been a bit more unique, a bit more interesting compared to the normal streams.
For me, Spencer's never worried about. It's not the cursing that worries Spencer, and that is true. If I have to watch another one of your streams where like 40% of it is you talking about the hardware in your room, I'm gonna eat a baby.
Wow.
I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just really boring.
Don't tune in.
Don't worry, it's just veal. Don't worry.
Oh.
Don't turn into the next like computer focused stream then.
Yeah. Big Daddy Tech Tips.
Oh no.
I mean, we could talk about the hardware in my bedroom, but I don't think that would be fitting.
Well, literally. This is disgusting. I thought this was a Christian channel.
When are you gonna start streaming, Cheops?
Oh Christ! Can you imagine? I'd be in jail by like the first hour was over.
No, you wouldn't.
Definitely wouldn't be monetized though.
Terrible. I mean, if the conversation was like what we've had today, I think it'd still be fine. Cheops? No, Cheops lives in the United States. The freest country.
Fuck, do I have a British accent?
No. Just the way you said accent. No.
I think it was
No,
more
I
of a
mean,
reference to you being arrested for things you'd said online.
oh, okay. Yeah. That's true. Touche.
Terrible. Well,
No, that's for Dart. That's the Darthon said FBI open up. That's those are former streamers that we can't talk about.
oh no. Okay, let's wrap this up though.
Thank you for having me, Big Daddy. I appreciate it. Oh, sorry, Ram Daddy.
I can't actually watch any Twitch streams right now, so I'm just going to raid the Dark Mom on Twitch. It's been certainly a stream. Cheops is going
Thank
to
you all.
be
Stream of all
clipping that
time.
facepalm. Yes.
That's my.
Oh yeah,
I think
no,
that's my
that
favorite thing I've seen in a while.
that made my month.
Okay, the raid is out on Twitch. We are free. Now
Nice.
we're just left on the YouTube side. I got to hit the end button over here. This was a Star Trek Online stream. It's an interesting discussion. I had fun.
You sound like it.
It was
Me
good.
too.
Cheops is your favorite STO player. Cheops is a great person. I think some Cheops streams would do very well. I think it would bring a bit of life to the STO content creation scene for sure.
I want a petition to go on a official like 10 forward stream, not even a build stream, just to chat with the devs.
Okay. And here goes the YouTube side again. Thank you all for tuning in. See you all around.